I realized that I'd never told you guys about my career goals. You know a lot about my finances, about my student loans and some of my debt, like my credit card debt, my emergency fund, but I've never actually told you what I'm trying to work toward. And that's what I'm going to tell you about today. So if you stick to the end, I'll give you a few more details, but this is just the framework of it. Basically, I have had a feeling for quite a few years that um, I have been striving to live the lifestyle that I missed out on as a child. Now, without going too deeply into my childhood, let's just say it was really messed up, and I'm very lucky that I came out of it somewhat normal and not completely messed up. Um, I just had a very strong sense of what was right and wrong, and I knew that what was going on with my parents was wrong. And that, thankfully, I was correct, despite all those people that tell you when you grow up, you're gonna realize your parents are the smartest people in the world, and I'm 31 and I'm still waiting for that. But there were several issues going on, um, but the biggest of which was that my entire childhood, I felt that I was parenting my parents. And I still feel that way. Not so much my dad, because he barely talks to me, but my mom especially now that she's in a nursing home. I feel like maybe I got a little bit out of it for a while, but now I'm completely back into the parenting role. And because of that, I don't feel that I ever got to have a childhood. I did get to go to Disney once because my uncle took me. Last second, he had somebody back out and I was allowed to go. But other than that one experience, I never really got to play. I never got to have friends or leave the house. I was never allowed to do anything. I missed out on so much in life. But yet, as an adult, that seems weird to say, as somewhat adult, I don't have the money to go make up for those experiences. I'd love to travel. A lot of people travel, take vacations with their parents. Never done it. I would love to, like all these things that I wanted to do that I was always told by my parents no. Whether it was going to space camp when I was little, or I don't know, I wanted to take early college classes. I wanted to, and they weren't bad things. They were all like educational. They were all just. I look back and I was like, man, if my parents had been supportive, I could have been an Olympic athlete. I could have been all these things. But now that I'm much older, I would like to make up for the opportunities that I didn't have. I know it's not exactly the same experience, but I feel like if I didn't have a childhood, I can live my adult life just having a good time. Because you realize that you don't have that long here, and if you didn't get to do it the first time around, make yourself a second childhood where you can live off passive income if needed, and you be an adult in the important ways. You have your finances together, you be a good person, things like that. But you go and you make up for the experiences you never had, and that is one of several parts that's driving me to be so passionate about my finances and to go to the places that I am with trying to pay off my debt, trying to create passive income, etc. So, what I'm going to tell you guys today is kind of my plan. My career goal is to build a company, hire, once I've built it and managed for a while, to hire someone to take that over, and then I will, check in with them, but it's not like a real job. I'm not going to be super involved, and build that passive income to the point where I am able to be fairly hands off, have people manage the different aspects of my business for me, and be able to live the lifestyle that I want, that I've missed out on. And I don't just mean like having money. That's not the super important part of this, but just going out, having experiences, having fun, not being so sheltered. So the way in which I'm going to do that, I do in fact, have a complete business plan, which I might tell you guys later. But in order to implement that plan, there are a few things that have to happen first. And that's the goal that I've set for myself and have set for a couple years, but it's a big obstacle to overcome. It's quite a few $1,000s that I feel like I need to have to pay off before I can put any capital into this business. But what I'm going to do is I have a $2,700 federal student loan to pay off. When that one is paid off, the remaining $16,000 on my smallest Navient loan, and when my $3,800 balance on my credit card is paid off, when those amounts are paid off, I will be so much freer as far as finances, and in so much of a better place. Now, I'll still have some student loans, but I'll be in so much of a better place as far as credit, but also in terms of having just a little bit of extra money that I can put toward capital, and working money to put toward a business. So that is something that is going to take me a while, obviously. I'm going to work my normal job, I'm going to work my part-time job, I'm going to do YouTube, and eventually I'm going to get there. Now, I'm working on ways to expedite that process, and I think I found one. Because my way of thinking about my business has always been, okay, well, you know what, I'm not going to get into the details of it. I'll make a separate video about my business plan. But what I need to do is to get those 3 things paid off. And then, once I'm there, for me, I'm going to be able to start buying properties, because my business is going to be property management / fee-based management / rental. It could be commercial, it could be storage. It's basically recreating the business that my grandparents and my great-grandparents had, that my dad inherited and squandered. So I am using that as sort of an example. And I'm in that industry. I work in real estate and in property management. It's twofold for me. I work this job to make money, to live, to get by, to save for retirement, to save for emergency fund. But I also learn in the process of how I'm going to do this myself someday. My employers probably would prefer if I wasn't so opinionated about the way that things are run, but they can get over that, because I want to do things the right way, and we don't always do things the right way here. So I have learned, working 4 different sites, 4 different companies, I have learned different ways to do things. I know what's right, what's wrong. I've been able to learn so much about the industry, and I'm going to continue to do that to the point that my career itself is going to be building business. And I don't want to get into the business plan, but it's going to be, once I have a certain number of properties to manage, I'm going to hire somebody to manage those, and then I bounce back into building it right back up again and getting another, say, 50 properties, and then hire somebody and then go on to another 50 properties. Again, there's more detail to that. I'm going to make a separate video sometime about my business plan, but that's 100% what I'm doing right now. Now, as far as my career, it's not a career in the way that most people think about it. I'm not interested in moving up in a company. I'm not interested in working for salary. I won't do that, in fact. What I am doing is that I go in and I work for myself. I do my job, but my purpose for being there is not to make money for someone else. It's to benefit myself. And I think that more people should do that. And a lot of people shy away from that because it seems selfish, but it's not. And in fact, it's dangerous to think that that's selfish, because that's how you can get taken advantage of by your employers. And all too many of them are more than willing to take advantage of you. You got to stand up for yourself, do what's right, and work for your own benefit. It should be 50-50, their benefit, your benefit. So I can't give you guys the rest of the details until I think I'm comfortable putting out that business plan, but it is pretty solid. And in the future, I can't say it's going to be the next financial video. It might be the one after that. But I am going to also tell you guys the other side of this story, which is why I want to be an entrepreneur. Kind of how I developed the idea, some examples of what I've done along the way, and then maybe I'll branch in another video after that of what my actual business plan is. But and if you want to take that business plan, feel free, because it's not just something for me. Anybody can do it, right? And I think that there were some gaps in how I was going to jump from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, but I think I've got those solved now. So I've got the whole plan, everything's planned out, and I just have to allow a little bit of time to implement it. So remember that I do post a financial video every 3rd week. In between that, I post what's going on in my life and things that I think you guys would find interesting. So I apologize if this video was not super detailed, but with the next 2 videos coming out on financial topics, maybe the next 3 videos, I should be able to catch you guys up and get you a complete clear picture of where I'm going, why I'm paying off this debt and saving money and doing things in the way that I'm doing. And you can completely understand my passion and my vision, and hopefully you guys will give me some encouragement and help along the way. And I think that you'll see that I'm going to go from extreme poverty to being just kind of getting by to being completely on the other side of that, and being able to not only live a life of financial independence, but really to start giving back as well and helping other people go through the same process, but maybe not have as rough of time as I've had, and hopefully get through it a little bit quicker, because I'm the only person that I've been able to find on YouTube and in my group of frugal and financial YouTubers that has come from extreme poverty and trying to get to the other side of that. And if that's not you, that's fine, because maybe my examples will be more extreme than your situation, but that is what my channel is about, is from poverty to financial independence and all the things that happen in between. So thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Also, keep in mind the next 2 or 3 videos on the financial video weeks, which is every 3rd week, are going to be on follow-up topics to this video. And please subscribe if you haven't. It helps me out a lot. It keeps you in the loop as far as videos. And if you do want to see those follow-up videos, subscribe and you'll get a notification when those come up. Also, if you love the channel, hit the bell beside the subscribe button. That way you get a notification every time I publish every video. I do really appreciate you guys and all the help and encouragement that you've given me through this so far. I hope that I can figure out some of the hard stuff and inspire you guys to get your financial life in order, and also to be able to live the life that you should be able to. Thanks, guys.